I put on my candles to make it smell nice.
Welcome back to If My Heart Had Wings, episode 2. I honestly don't remember what happens, or really where we left off. I don't really remember.
The guy's what's his face came by.
Oh yeah,
Tatsuya
came by.
Said hi to Aoi. Aoi asked Tatsuya
Yeah.
about the thingy bob that Amane
Needed, the parts.
gave him, and then I think we left it at that.
Yeah, we left off at an extend the little wings segment.
Yeah, and we've determined that we're going for Kotori.
Yeah, that's Route 1 that we're gonna be going for. Also, apparently, you can only unlock certain routes after beating other routes, which is weird because there's no harem route.
Ah.
Which is awesome, by the way. I don't like harem routes.
Yeah. Mm.
Oops, I'm on start. I want to load. Today didn't go so well either. Today's breakfast was another dismal failure. Everyone had come to the dining hall for breakfast, but the only one who finished her meal was Kanako. Again. There must have been something wrong with it. All I had to do was make meals and clean. What a piece of cake. Okay. For the sake of not having Alex here, I'm gonna turn on voices for all the characters that he has.
Yeah, the other men.
Yeah. So Tatsuya's voice 100%. Masatsugu. Yes, that's what I thought when I had taken on the job. What do you want? Masatsugu joined me on the way to school, went out of his way to come and sling verbal abuse. A few things happened at the dormitory. Dealing with girls can be tough! Says Kanojo so proudly. Yeah. Isn't she a freshman at Seisen? Seisen Girls High School was known as a school for rich girls and was famous even in this neighborhood. The uniform had a reputation for being cute, so fans would come from far and wide just to take a look. So,
okay.
So pedophile perverts?
Yeah!
I mean, unless they're also high school boys.
Still could be perverts.
Well, not pedophiles, though.
Yeah, true.
They're not pedophiles if they're the same age.
Yeah, but I meant like, you know, just a pervert.
Yeah. He looked like he was going to show me anyway, so I went along with it. Whoa, seriously? She's cute! You can play guitar? He started to wildly strum the air as if he was really playing. Who was Yingui, anyway? Yeah, I was. What about it? Yeah, I don't do it anymore. Masatsugu's face seemed to say, it's got nothing to do with me, though. Hang on. Oh, I need a drink. Did you hear that from Tatsuya? We haven't met Hotaru yet. That'll be interesting. That made me go a bit red.
俺はお前がブサマに負けるところを見に行くつもり別に応援なんかするつもりなかったんだからな
Yeah, I get it. Don't get so flustered.
アゲハのやつ悔しがってたぞお前のいいとこ見られなくてお前そういうの分かってんのか
No, I didn't know. I never thought that I would make it to the podium. Even if I had known, it was too much. It was too far. Oops. Away for me to ask people to come watch.
なのにろくに連絡もよこさねえでよ
Same goes for both of us. Besides, I sent you a New Year card every year, didn't I?
あんなコンビニで売ってるプリント済みのやつでか
You did the same thing! Anyway, your New Year cards usually arrive at the end of January.
返してもらえるだけありがたいと思えこの
You.
Huh.
You.
Oh, I found the odd couple.
Hi, Agaha.
Morning!
Okay, that was like 4 seconds of lag. I'm gonna restart the screen share. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Masasugu was sneakily hiding in my shadow.
別になんでもねえよあんま慣れ慣れしくすんなよエリちゃんが怒るから
Okay, okay. She's such a cute girlfriend and all. What is that sentence?
Jokingly, Ageha deliberately kept her distance from Masasugu as she walked. Masasugu came up beside me, gave me a poke in the ribs, and started to whisper.
さっきの話アゲハには内緒な
What thing?
あいつがお前のレース見に行きたがってたって話
Okay, I got it. It must have been a sensitive topic or something.
Why are you two guys like you... Wait, why are two guys like you getting so clingy?
ちげえよ誰がこんなやつとペッペ
Ew, gross. You don't actually have to actually spit.
You're getting along so well. I'm so jealous.
バカアゲハ
Yeah, don't say weird things like that.
Is there a gay round with Matsusuga?
No.
I was joking.
I think this game came out originally in like 2014.
That could have been done, man.
Also, I don't believe, especially at that time, I don't believe there were a lot of gay people in Japan.
Oh, true. Cause I was thinking I'm like the only real the first real like mainstream thing that I recognized with gay people was like Modern Family, you know. But other than that, I didn't see much. I guess at those times, yeah.
It's especially uncommon in stuff like anime. Yuri on Ice is an exception to the rule.
Well, now working at a bookstore, I get to see how many there are of gay manga, and I'm just like,
I mean, I'm sure they're more common now.
There's like so many of them. Like almost every person that bought manga from me, one of them at least was a gay romance, and I was like, I did not know they made this many.
Let's hear it for yaoi fangirls.
I mean, it's gone up really past few years, so I guess good for the writers.
It was lunchtime. Today I didn't eat my boxed lunch early. As I basked in this tiny sense of achievement and got my lunchbox out, Kotori had already disappeared from the classroom.
Door sound is so cool.
Yeah. When I looked into the hallway, she was moving back and forth in front of the door, as if she couldn't decide whether to go or not. Are you waiting for me? Kotori cried out in surprise and fanned herself with her hand as if to calm down.
Don't scare me like that!
Sorry, I only wanted to speak to you, that's all. You're going, aren't you? To the garage?
Yes, I am. It's not like I'm waiting for you, though.
Okay, shall we go? I started to push her wheelchair.
Hey, don't just start pushing me.
Here, hold this, will you? I passed my bag to her.
Hey, don't treat me like bag storage. Looks like nobody's here.
The garage was open, but no one was around. For some reason, it felt like Amane was always here, so it was a little strange to have no one around. The AC was off, and the air felt quite humid. What should we do?
Why are you asking me?
Kotori subconsciously put her hand on her stomach. Shall we eat? I made you lunch, Kotori. Actually, it was leftovers from breakfast. But Kotori hadn't had breakfast this morning, so she shouldn't have known.
Is this also part of your job as a house mother?
No, I just thought I'd do it. 1, 2, 3. I put the 3 lunch boxes on the workbench. I went to the trouble of making one for Amane too, though. The air conditioner wasn't turned on in the garage, so if I just left it here, it would go bad. I decided to leave it in the refrigerator. I could leave a note on the desk too. Could you turn on the fan? Kotori flipped the switch on a nearby fan.
What about the air conditioner?
I can't find the remote control. It was probably buried somewhere. The two of us moved closer to the fan and opened up our lunchboxes.
What's this? Curry?
This morning's breakfast had been curry. You don't like it?
People usually put curry in their lunchboxes?
You can complain after you've eaten it. Kotori had a meek look on her face as she moved the cold curry towards her mouth.
Tasty even though it's cold.
It would be good if we had a microwave, though. For a while, the two of us quietly ate our curry. That's it? Okay, then. Oh, no, that's not it. Okay. Today, there was no sheet covering the glider. I gazed at the simple, sleek shape of its body and thought it was beautiful. I imagined the aircraft cutting through the air as it flew. When riding a bicycle, your greatest enemy is the wind. Kotori had a confused look on her face, but I carried on. The worst thing is when you have a headwind. Well, while it's constantly pushing you back, you have to keep pedaling. Feeling the wind from the fan in front of us, I was reminded of that feeling. The feeling of the wind gradually draining my stamina. That's why, when we ride a bicycle, we try to find ways to reduce air resistance. Things like the shape of the bike or the shape of the helmet. Even during the race, everyone had to cooperate to form a group while riding in order to defeat the wind. You could even say for cycling, it would be better if there was no wind at all. But this thing uses the wind to fly.
Even though it doesn't have a jet engine or a propeller.
If we hadn't actually seen it flying that day, even with the real thing right in front of us, we wouldn't be able to imagine it flying. Speaking of which, Kotori, how do you know about gliders? Even though she knew of them, that day had been the first time she had seen one in person.
I don't really. I just read about them in a book.
It seemed like she didn't want to talk about it, so I didn't push her any further. Speaking of books, there was a bookshelf here, lined with many books. Looking closely, they were all related to gliders or aircraft. I picked one up and looked inside. It's all in English, I can't read it. It wasn't like my grades in English were bad, but with the level of English I had from studying at school, reading academic papers was really tough. I think that's tough for native English speakers. It seems like Kotori was the same.
This book has lots of photos.
It was a book that had many photos of gliders, like a catalog. There's so many different types. Shapes of the wings, the size, and so on. Even with gliders, there were so many different varieties.
Look at this.
Yes, you heard me correctly there. What's happening in this picture? Sorry, I need to get some water.
Oh no, you're good. It's very cheerful music. This beautiful violin.
I have returned. What's happening in this picture?
Flying over a mountain.
It looks so natural that I didn't really notice, but the glider was flying high enough that it could look down on the mountain. They can fly that high? Kotori and I, without realizing, both looked at the glider sitting over there. And with its wings removed, we couldn't really grasp the full size of it. But at a glance, it didn't seem like all that different to the glider in the photo. Amane had said that it could go above the clouds. I wonder what it feels like to fly through the sky.
It probably feels amazing. To fly on the rising air currents, it must feel like a bird.
After we finished eating, we stayed for a little longer. We spent the time looking at books and admiring the glider. When the bell rang, I felt a little sad as our time to enjoy ourselves was over.
What's it?
Just as we were about to go back to the classroom, Kotori noticed a photo frame on Amane's desk. What's this? The weird thing was that there was a photo frame, but no photo inside. It was just an empty photo frame. It'd be just like her to manage to lose just the photo inside. What's up?
No, it's nothing. Let's go. It's hot in here. I can't stand it.
Just like my room right now. The moment we stepped out of the sauna-like garage, the air outside felt cool. That feels like a fucking lie. Splash, splash, splash. Whew. This is hard work. It was easy just to say, clean the bathroom, but I never thought it would be such a big job. Plus, there was no air conditioning, so I was sweltering. The trouble is, even if I don't do this every day during the summertime, then mold will start growing. It wasn't just about hygiene. It would be all kinds of gross to take a bath if there was mold growing in there. My cell phone rang. On the display, it showed home. Hello?
もしもし葵私だけど
What's up?
別にどうしてるかと思ってどう順調
I can't say it's going smoothly. I didn't think much of it at first, and it's turning out to be pretty tough.
そりゃそうよ楽な仕事なんてないのよ
Going to school every day and doing the work of a house mother is wearing me out. I realized this after only a few days. It was a lot of hard work.
でも 今はその方がいいんじゃない？
Why?
嫌なこと思い出さずに済むじゃない。
Well, if that's what you think, don't talk about it.
それともママが恋しくなった？
A mother like you?
Ah!
The kind of mother who loved teasing her son. But did she get me to do this house mother job because she was worried about me? I was so busy that I didn't have time to dwell on things. Okay, mold wouldn't grow in one night in an entire room unless it was the most dingy, moist, disgusting, humid bathroom to exist. I
That is
guess.
true. See what you're normally supposed to do. You're normally supposed to clean about once a month
Right.
the bathroom. So even with humidity,
Yeah.
maybe twice a month.
Speaking in the hallway, the others may have been able to hear me, so I went back to my room. We continued our silly parent-child conversation. My mother was a fiercely independent person and a hard-working career woman. Many things had been happening until recently. Well, they were still going on now, and we were living separately. I was old enough to have a little independence. It was enough for me to just speak to her from time to time.
学校の方はどうなの？
It's going fine. Ageha is there too.
あげはちゃん綺麗になったわね。この間久しぶりに会ってびっくりしちゃった。
Me too. She's all grown up now.
あら、そんな風に余裕ぶっこいてられるのも今のうちよ。あげはちゃん、これからもっともっと綺麗になるわよ。愛想もいいし、気遣いもできるし、間違いなくモテるわね。
Jeez, cut it out. What are you talking about?
あらやだ、口が悪いわね。誰に似たのかしら。
Yeah, you.
Hmm.
Would a mother usually tell her son to go chasing after girls?
それじゃ、頑張ってね。トラブルがあったらすぐ言いなさい。
Sure.
それから、もし仕事が大変だったら、寮生に負担してもらってもいいのよ。超格安物件なんだから、
That is
この
true.
くらいしてもらわないと。
Yeah, I just realized that this man legit has a stove in his bedroom.
Oh wow, yeah.
I'll think about it.
それじゃ、おやすみ、葵ちゃん。
She called
doesn't
me
make
that on
sense that they-
purpose. What?
It doesn't make sense that they already don't like try to clean up after themselves because, you know, in Japan, cleaning culture is very popular and like you're taught from a very young age, hey, you should clean up after yourself.
Yeah. She called me that on purpose because she knew I didn't like it, and then ended the call. My father was the one who chose to call me Aoi, but it sounded like a girl's name, so I was often teased about it. I put down my phone and took a look at the dorm roster. Everyone had to clean their own room, as well as the hallways, the lobby, and the dining hall. My jobs were to prepare breakfast and dinner, clean up afterwards, clean the bathroom, work on the garden, and other chores. It is actually pretty tough, so maybe I should ask for some help. Even if I could just get some, even if I could just get some help to clean the bathroom, that would be a real lifesaver. Huh? Yuka?
Yes?
Yuka, who was in her 4th year, had been in the dorm the longest. She jumped in surprise as I called out to her.
What is it, Ellie? Oh, sorry. I didn't
I
realize
mean,
her
you can
name was-
read it if you want. Yeah, can I ask you a question? I laid the roster out on the table where Yuka was sitting. She looked at the roster with curiosity. Kotori doesn't have her name on the job roster. Starting with Kanako, then Yuka, etc. There were 4 names, but Kotori's name was not there.
Huh? Yes, but she...
Yuka looked towards the dining hall door as she spoke.
You know, because of her legs.
I see, so that's why. Thank you. Extend those little wings which fly in this sky highly. I don't know why I said that in a weird posh voice.
I was about to say, you sound like you should be like having tea and with a monocle and a top hat on.
Oh, extend these little wings! The scorching sun came shining down. Up on the roof, with nothing to block the sunlight, it felt like the sun was burning me to a crisp. could it get any
That's
hotter?
why you have sunscreen!
I grumbled as I wiped the sweat from my brow. It was already July. It was just before the peak of summer, and the sun was finally shining at full strength. Today was Saturday, so there was no school. Oh, it's July right now, and we get 3 months off.
Yee. Yeah, in Japan, they have all year-round school, so they only have like 2 to 3 weeks off every so often.
Trying to prepare them for Japanese work culture.
Yeah, but like other places all around the world do that too. Like England, they go to school till like mid-July and then go
Fair
back in August, late August.
Now was my chance to get some house mother work done. I'd been up on the roof since morning, fixing leaks. This building is in pretty bad condition. I'd heard that the owner, who was also in charge of the maintenance, was an elderly woman that had collapsed a few days before. For one reason or another, a lot of things had been left unattended, and a lot of repair work was needed. Honestly, this place was so old, I couldn't help wonder if it could be considered some sort of historical heritage site.
I get you a lot of money.
The owner, who was a widow, had opened the manor as a student dormitory back before I was born. Even back when we had called this place the Witch's Mansion, students from Keifu Academy had been living here. Since then, the owner had been taking care of the boarding students like they were her own children or grandchildren. However, since Kazegara had undergone redevelopment, land prices had been on the rise. The owner's sons were looking for any excuse to sell the place. That was part of why I had been given the role of house mother. It was best to keep my head down with these kinds of adult matters, so I just got on with the work I had to do. Alright, that should do it. Finishing the repairs of the roof, I climbed down the ladder. Okay, next is... Hattie, who was pecking at the soil, came over to me as I climbed down the ladder. Ducks were supposed to eat weeds and bugs, so I wondered if I left him to it, if he would help maintain the garden. However, he would also peck at the flowers and so on too, so I would need to watch out for that. What's up, Hattie? Where's your buddy? Cleaning Simulator 2021. It's Power Washing Simulator.
Oh, that game is amazing.
I had no idea what he was saying, but he definitely looked bored. Sorry, but I've got work to do. When I get back, I'll give you a bath. I love Hattie. The door to Katori's room was closed. I couldn't hear any sound, and there were no signs that she was awake. I'm still asleep, huh, sleepyhead? Hey, Katori! Wake up! Hey, Miss Cool Alul!
Shut up! What do you want?
I'm going to do some shopping. Do you want to come with me?
Huh? Is that the reason why you disturbed my peaceful sleep?
Her face seemed to say, if this was America and I sued you, you would lose! You're oversleeping. It's a nice sunny day, so let's go outside.
Why do I have to do your shopping with you?
It's shopping for the dormitory. You eat too, don't you?
I'll get ready, so hold on a minute. Oi! Sorry, I'm just seeing the clouds right now.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Seeing Agaha waving at...
Liam, could you restart the stream for me? Or this share screen?
How's this? Seeing Agaha waving at us, Kotori's face looked annoyed. Hi, Agaha!
Hi, morning. Good morning.
Why is your mic so muffled? Okay, hang on. Say something.
Hello!
Oh, now it's good. Huh.
Was I just talking muffled, or...?
No, it sounded like you were talking loud, but it was just muffled. Try something. Say something now.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, okay, that's better.
Okay.
Can you read this line again?
Hey, why is she here? You said we were going out to do shopping for the dormitory.
It's fine. There was something I need help with. I had planned from the beginning to meet up with Agaha. I needed her as a kind of special advisor for today. Right, let's go.
Let's go, let's go! Ugh.
We arrived at the underground street of the shopping mall. There were many stylish shops in the shopping arcade, and there was also a large supermarket. I pushed Kotori along in her wheelchair and went around choosing the food with Agaha. What do we need?
First, you need chicken thighs, then red peppers, green peppers, onions.
Oh, I remember this scene now. Kotori looked like she was still upset with the fact that Agaha was with us. She looked at me like she was trying to put a curse on me or something. I got Agaha to help me plan tonight's dinner. Seems like the things that I make aren't the kind of things that everyone likes.
So, why do I need to come with you?
Because you can... carry bags. This is the scene I think it is.
Yeah, make the disabled person carry all the stuff.
It's about to get a lot worse. Kotori was doing a good job of carrying the supermarket basket. I get high and I keep slinging more and more ingredients her way.
Paprika powder, whole tomatoes, cured ham. Don't just throw them at me like that!
I'll get some mineral water.
It's so heavy! Hey, can I buy some potato chips?
No. Oh, I haven't had those in such a long time.
You're so stingy. I'll pay for them later. So put them in the basket will ya?
And into the basket they went. Also,
Death potato!
warning, death potato. Also, we'll be out of rice soon. Let's buy some while we're here. Wham!
This is why you go shopping cart.
With enough ingredients to make food for everyone, Kotori's basket soon filled up.
Don't treat me like a human shopping cart!
I'm sorry, Ted, but if I stream Left 4 Dead 2 today, that will be my third stream of the day, and I don't feel like doing 3 streams in one day. Sorry. As she complained, Kotori was very careful not to let the contents of the basket fall out. Don't drop anything. You don't have to say that if you don't want to.
Oh, I just say dang it instead.
Okay.
Is there anything you want, Kotori? How about ice cream?
Today's shopping was using the dorm budget, so we couldn't just buy anything we wanted. Having said that, Kotori was helping me out. You can get Bari Bari-kun popsicles.
What? I want something of higher quality than that. The work I've put in and the reward I get aren't balanced.
Have it your way. I decided to treat her to strawberry Häagen-Dazs with my own money.
Aww!
Ah. Pardon? Is this one okay?
Yes, that's okay.
We had finished at the cash register. It all cost about 50% more than normal, but tonight was a special occasion. Oh, jeez. Forgot to buy ground meat.
Oh, I always hate it when that happens! Ah. Huh?
Wait,
we
what?
don't need it.
Legit?
Okay. When you get to, when you get done with all your shopping, you get to the register, you pay for it, and then you're like, oh
Yeah,
shoot,
yeah.
we needed this one thing.
Mhm.
Ah!
Anyways,
The worst.
did you read this one?
Yeah.
Okay. It's for tomorrow. I don't want to come back every time, you know? I will eat your computer. Look, I'm sorry. I left them there and went back inside the store. I looked over the meat section, looking for what I needed. Shit! Trigger finger. I guess I better look for the discount stuff. The food budget for the dorm was paid on a monthly basis. Even though running the dorm was a kind of hobby for the owner, we still had to keep living expenses under the cost of rent. Our meals had to be as cheap as possible, as tasty as possible. I looked at the packs of beef lined up on the shelf. 2,980 yen per quarter pound? This was a high-end supermarket, so some of the premium items were really expensive. It would be great to be able to get this kind of meat for everyone once in a while, I murmured to myself.
Is one okay? I wonder.
A girl reached across from the side and slung the luxury, marbled, 2,980 yen per quarter pound meat into her basket.
Be enough? We are having beef curry after all.
The girl, who took the pack, showed signs of hesitation, but continued to throw more and more of the expensive meat into her basket. In the end, she took everything that was on the shelf.
I'll do it.
Are you really going to use that luxury marbled beef in a curry? Not only that, it was thinly sliced.
Huh?
Ah! I was supposed to have said that on the inside, but because of the shock, I came right out and said it aloud. I mean, if you're making curry, they have meat for curry over here, see?
But when you eat curry, you don't see such big pieces of meat, do you?
Well, when you stew meat this size, it becomes more tender and much smaller. If she used that thin, expensive meat, all the fat would just melt away to nothing.
Huh?
In her basket was about 2 pounds of thinly sliced, marbled meat to be used in sukiyaki. Is she really going to stew all of that in some curry? What a waste of good meat. As I stared at her basket, she looked at me in disbelief.
Oh, it's paused again.
Fuck.
All I saw was,
I'm sorry.
She blurted out an apology and went off to the fish section. Did I scare her off?
yeah, dude, you yelled at her about...
There's also seafood curry, so maybe I should buy some fish too.
As I reached for a cheap pack of ground meat, I saw her throw sea bream with the head and tail still on into her basket.
Oh, goodness, this girl.
Nom. Nom, 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 nom.
So good! Katori, you like strawberry, don't you? I like cookies and cream. Oh, really? Is that tasty? Of course. Say... No. I haven't said anything yet. One spoonful, just one spoonful? No, there's only one spoon. It's okay, we're both girls. No means no. Don't be so stingy.
Ah, there's that face again.
All right, just one spoonful. Yay! Thanks, Katori. Oh, my Haagen-Dazs. It's delicious.
What are you doing? I'd finished paying and had come back to Kotori feeding Ageha her ice cream. I felt like I'd seen something I wasn't supposed to see.
It's not what it looks like. She said that she really wanted to eat it, so I just let her have one spoonful.
I see. Well, it's nice that you're getting along.
No, it's not like that. Strawberry's nice too. Hey, can I have another spoonful? No, that's all. There won't be any left for me.
Blushing as she spoke, Kotori continued to wolf down her ice cream. Okay, let's go. Here, take this bag. I feel so bad for her.
Hey, this is heavy. I'll help too, to say thank you for the ice cream.
Well, at least for once, they're not making the guy carry everything.
Yeah, because you're supposed to push her.
I pushed Kotori's wheelchair as we left the shopping mall. What a disaster! Yeah.
Hey, how do you cut this?
Pass that to me. I'll show you how it's done. Oh, shit. Her face seemed to say, I get annoyed when people are again on their high horse, as she obediently passed me the knife. In a way that Kotori could see easily, I cut the vegetables. Wow, they actually have sound effects.
Hmm?
Like this.
How about this green pepper?
Wouldn't it be best to cut it in half down the middle?
Okay, I'll try that.
We had come back to the dormitory and had begun cooking in the dining hall. I got Kotori, who couldn't reach the stove, to cut the vegetables. I was doing the cooking while Ageha was helping out. Hey, this is pretty easy.
See, you just cut the vegetables and stew them with the chicken.
Ageha had been the one to suggest the recipe. Basque-style chicken stew. I couldn't guess what kind of food it would be from just the name, but it was really easy to make. First,
I think it's supposed to be bisque style.
Whatever.
It's a type of soup.
Yeah.
It was spelled Basque.
Yeah,
but,
Basque. I actually thought it was either Basque or Basque. Like Kuroko no Basque.
Basketball.
First, you grill the chicken thighs, then fry them with the vegetables, and then add the canned tomato with the broth and leave it to stew. It was pretty easy and didn't need to be so precise. That was the main dish. Next, we would prepare the salad and the soup. Wow, like a 3-course meal right here. Quack, quack. Even with Hattie walking gently around her feet, Kotori was focused on what she was doing. She's really concentrating.
Surprisingly, she's the enthusiastic type, huh?
Despite complaining at first, once Kotori got started on something, she became very serious.
Oh, it's quite hard to cut them evenly.
Well, it doesn't need to be exact. There's variety in the thickness. It gives a difference in texture.
So, I should cut them unevenly? Okay.
She looked like she was overthinking it a bit too hard, and then started to cut in an uneven manner. I guess that's what people look like when they get serious. Ageha, how does this soup taste to you?
The flavor is a little too mild.
I'll add salt and pepper. And so, the preparations for dinner continued smoothly.
Wow, it looks so tasty!
Slowly, everyone appeared in the dining hall. I could see from their faces that they could tell something was different. Normally, there was only a roughly set time for dinner. I made all the meals at the same time, but the time that everyone came to eat was usually different. People would come late, or sometimes even skipped meals. We didn't usually eat all together, so this was a first time to get everyone together for a meal. Today, I told everyone in advance to come on time. Okay, everyone, please take a seat. You too, Ageha.
Excuse me?
なんかすごいね、今日のご飯。
Hey, can we start eating? I'm starving!
Go ahead, enjoy the meal. Everyone looked at each other as they cautiously moved their food towards their mouths.
美味しい。本当だ。美味しい。
Everyone was talking about how good it was. It's true, this really is tasty. Basque-style chicken stew. I'm just gonna keep pronouncing it like that.
Yeah, no, I think they had to change it because I guess bisque is a
Yeah,
maybe copyrighted word. I don't know.
maybe. I was the one that had made it, but still, I hadn't been sure how it would taste. It was different to the Western or Chinese food that I usually made. This cooking used a lot more spices to bring out the flavor. The meat stewed in the tomato soup was tender and was surprisingly refreshing. Most importantly, the flavor of the meat had really been drawn out, so the taste was just right. It was the kind of thing you could eat on a hot summer's day, even when you didn't have much of an appetite.
This is great! Please have some salad too!
Everyone took their share of salad from the large bowl. There were cucumbers, tomatoes, and lettuce, and also avocados and mozzarella cheese. Even though it was just an elaborate salad, it was well received by everyone.
このサラダも美味しいね。なんかされてるし。
Ryoko and Sane both really seemed to like it.
Well, you have me to thank. It was all my idea.
Everyone looked like they finally understood. The truth is that today's meal was made under the advice of Miss Himeji here.
それでアゲハが来てたんだ。
I thought I'd get him to make the food that I like for me.
Restarting. Okay, it seemed that Agaha and Ryoko were friends from before. The thing is, it seemed the food that I made didn't really go down too well with everyone. Apart from Kanako, everyone looked away awkwardly.
美味しくないわけじゃないのよ。そうそう。でも量が多いっていうか。
That's why, if there's something you want to say, please talk to me about it, okay? It was a little scary, but I thought it would be best to get their honest opinions.
なんていうか、一食なのよ。あ、わかる。
Color.
すっごいわかります、ゆかさん。けど、今日の料理はカラフル。
I guess they were right. This meal had red, green, yellow, white, and many other colors. The food I usually made was ginger pork equals brown, fried rice equals brown, curry equals yellow, yakisoba equals brown, Neapolitan pasta equals red. Basically, each dish was comprised of a single color.
Oi's food is hearty and I quite like it.
美味しくないわけじゃないのよ。でも、ほら、最近暑くて食欲もそんなにないし。途中で飽きちゃう。
Everyone was doing their best to be kind. They really cared about my feelings. So that's what they were worried about. For a guy like me, who went to a sports-focused boys' school and lived together with his dad in a kind of bachelor pad, food was food. I hadn't even thought about the color. I guess that was something that people really cared about.
でも、これ本当に美味しいよ。おかわりしたいくらい。
Everyone seemed satisfied. It felt like this was the most open everyone had been with me. If I'm going to say it, now's my chance. Can I just say something? I stood up and got everyone's attention. Please listen as you eat. This is about everyone's chores. Would it be alright to increase them a little? I'm a student too, so it gets pretty tough for me. For example, if I could just get you guys to help clean the bathroom, that would really be a big help. Everyone looked at each other as if they were trying to figure out what the others were thinking. It was natural that nobody would want to increase their chores. But
わかった。
Yuka, the oldest, responded, and the others nodded in agreement.
水瀬くんが大変なの見ていて分かってるから。実はちょっと気になってました。屋根の雨漏りも直してくれたしね。
In return, I will try harder than ever to make good food for you.
こんな美味しいご飯毎日食べられるんだ。
Sounds good, doesn't it, Ryoko? I may live here too. Is that all we have to do?
That, and one other thing. This is what I really wanted to say. I think we should get Kotori to do some things too.
Hmm?
Kotori, who was sitting at the end of the table, the furthest away from everyone, was surprised to hear her name. Everyone turned to look at her.
でもハバネさんは
She can't use her legs, but she can use her hands. There are things she can do.
Like today's dinner. She helped us with that. Yeah, only because you guys made me do it.
Ah! I'm not even gonna put the cap back on this bottle. Seeing how successful today's meal was, knowing that Kotori had helped, made a big impact. They looked at her like they were impressed, but Kotori seemed kind of embarrassed. Thanks to Kotori helping us, we were able to get the dinner preparations done easily. If that's the case, then maybe we can increase the amount of chores. I didn't dislike cooking, but having to prepare food for several people was physically quite demanding. If it's okay with you, Kotori, could you help me prepare the meals?
Yeah, I guess. That's what it's like.
Thank you. Kotori looked away and quietly nodded without saying anything. She may not be able to do the same chores as everyone else, but from now on, I want Kotori to help out where she can. Everyone still had their reservations about the whole thing, so for now, they just quietly looked at each other. Even so, until now, Kotori and the other residents had quite a distant relationship. Perhaps out of anyone, I felt like I could understand the situation the most.
I agree.
Once Kanako agreed with me, the others followed.
それができるんならすごくいいと思うわ。私もそう思います、ゆかさん。私前からちょっと変だなって思ってました。
So from tomorrow, let's do our best.
こちらこそよろしく、寮母さん。
You too, Kotori.
I could tell that Kotori was holding back from shouting abuse at me, but she managed to hold it together. Thanks for today, Ageha. You really helped me out.
Don't mention it. When you're in trouble, I'll come to your rescue. That's how it always is, right?
Same goes for you too. Hattie came waddling down the corridor.
Oh, Mr. Ducky, what's up? Have you come to see me off?
Hattie flapped his wings toward Ageha. Maybe he's saying, thanks for helping Kotori. He is her roommate after all.
Okay, in that case, you could tell her I had fun today.
I love this duck! The way he replied made it seem like he completely understood what Ageha had said. He wiggled his tail as he waddled off.
Did I mention how cute Ageha's outfit for today is? Like, it's so adorable.
Yeah, that's adorable. That is...
Like the cute little belt, the little... Oh, he's so cute. Okay. He's so cute.
Okay, take care on your way home.
Sure, see you later. Hattie, where did you go? Okay, here's a cucumber snack. Hey, listen, Hattie. Today I helped make dinner. It was something or other style chicken stew. Everyone said it was delicious. I ate it too. It really was good. Isn't that great?
I feel like she's using Hattie as like a diary.
Hmm.
Or as a friend, because
Yeah,
he
true.
doesn't seem to have many.
True.
Day will be over soon. But it was fun.
Extend those little wings, which fly in the sky highly. I'm not gonna stop.
Epic anime opening!
I'm not gonna stop changing how I say that.
The way you said it sounded like you were like not the narrator for a show, but yeah.
Huh. Huh. I pushed down on the heavy pedals as the gears creaked. I was worried that the chain would snap and fly off since it was stretched to its limits. But there was no time to think about that during a hill climb. Damn it. I can't do this anymore. This is just way too much for me. I wasn't proud of it, but I decided to not put myself through any further pointless hardship. Putting in lots of effort isn't exactly fun in and of itself, but the reward that awaited made me want to really go for it. I was getting closer and closer. Finally, top of the slope. And at the top of the slope, the view all of a sudden opened up. Below me was the town, spreading far into the distance, and the steep downhill road. Finally, the time had come for my reward. I lowered myself, kicked down on the pedal, and accelerated in a flash. I cut through the headwind that would have held me back on flat ground like a bullet. On downhill slopes, speeds can reach close to 50 miles per hour. If that were a car driving through the city, it would breeze past as it overtook other cars. Falling off my bike now would result in serious injury. No joke, I could even die. After all, when we race, we are almost completely exposed. The road was winding, and still not flat. At high speeds, when I entrusted my body to the inertia, the wheels bounced on the uneven road. Strangely enough, I never felt any fear. I only felt overwhelming exhilaration. Nevertheless, I needed to stay focused. It wasn't like I hadn't predicted that there might be unforeseen circumstances. Even so. When I came to, I thought I was in a hospital bed. But despite how the ceiling looked, I soon realized I wasn't in a hospital. I'm in my room, huh? It still didn't really feel like this was my room, though. I lay on my side in the bed and tried to recall what had happened in my dream. I forgot most of it from the shock of waking up, but I had an idea of what kind of dream it was. I pulled the alarm clock towards myself. It was 11:42. Noon already. Even though it was Sunday, I'd overslept. I didn't have to prepare breakfast on Sundays. Plus, I'd already fixed a couple leaks and finished up some other small errands the day before. It was Sunday, and I had nothing to do. I got out of bed and looked down at my knee. There was the scar from the surgery. It's been a while since I last had that dream. Because of how busy I'd been, and with the change of scenery, I'd gone quite a while without such intrusive thoughts. Things had only calmed down a little, but I let my guard down emotionally. Somehow, I felt strangely sluggish, and didn't feel like getting out of bed. Yes, unforeseen consequences. Just then, someone knocked on my door.
葵くん、起きてますか？おーい。
It was Sane. She was quite a cheerful person, but I always felt like she kept her distance from me. Despite that,
葵くん、起きて。おーい、葵くん。
I'm awake. I answered, then got out of bed and shuffled over to the door. What is it?
葵くんにお客さん。
Although I thought it was strange for Sane to sound so excited, I quickly got changed and left my room. Oh, who could it be, I wonder? Who could it be?
Yo, Aoi.
There he is.
Oh, the most attractive looking character thus far.
Yeah. Tatsuya! Huh, so the visitor she was talking about turned out to be Tatsuya. The other residents poked their heads out from behind the wall of the hallway, looking at Tatsuya from a distance.
Because he cute.
Yeah, it was just like him to be completely unfazed by this weird spectacle.
これ、寮の皆さんと食べてくれ。
He handed me a welcoming present. What's this? A raindrop cake?
ご近所さんからもらったお土産なんだが、うちじゃ食い切れなくてな。
Oh, is this what I think it is? Tatsuya had always been popular with the ladies. Much older ladies, especially. He'd often received presents from them. Just by walking around the town for a day, he'd likely be given no shortage of things to eat.
Ah, sugar mummies.
I took the souvenir from Tatsuya and passed it to Yuka and the others, who were still half hidden behind the wall of the hallway. Here, he said we should eat this together.
ねえ、あの人誰？水瀬君とどういう関係？
Why are you so excited, huh? He's my childhood friend, Tatsuya.
幼馴染なんだ。
The others started...
He's so attractive
Yeah.
for being related to you somehow.
They're not related.
Well, no, I know, but like in relation to.
Yeah. The others started echoing the same sentiments. Tatsuya, come on in. I'll pour you a cup of tea or something.
でもここ女子寮だろ?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Since I was staying here, that fact didn't cross my mind often.
来いよ。昼飯おごってやる。どうだこっちは。
Yeah, it's nice. It feels relaxing.
無理すんな。この景色見て故郷に帰ってきた気分にはならないだろ?
I guess you're right. New construction work had been completed in the area. The town looked different. Many brand new buildings had popped up, and the roads got neatly paved. There wasn't a trace of this Kazegara I once knew. But I remember this street. I mean, I used to come down here almost every day. If you go this way, it'll lead to the Kazami Shopping Arcade. It's a small shopping arcade and the area where me, Ageha, and the others were born and raised. My family had a small real estate agency set up on one side of the street. Ageha's family had a sporting goods store, and Masasugu had a ramen restaurant. Then there was Tatsuya's family, which had a small factory nearby. My childhood friends and I were all kids of the Kazami Shopping Arcade, so we all played together. Unfortunately, the shopping arcade disappeared due to the recent renewal.
ウィンディにはもう行ったのか?
I've been to the underground shopping arcade a few times. I went to buy groceries. That was where I went yesterday with Ageha and Katori.
まだ上の方は見てないのか?
That's right. I was busy, so I hadn't been there.
せっかくだ。飯のついでに見ていくといい。
Whoa!
なかなかすごいだろ.
Dang,
Yeah.
that's a classy mall.
Wendy's was this large shopping mall built on the site of the small shopping arcade where we grew up. I'd been here many times before, but I'd always used the underground entrance, so I'd never seen how big it was. I thought it would be a big building, but I can't believe that the Kazami shopping arcade used to be here.
国内でも有数の商業施設だそうだ。今や風車の丘と並んで風ヶ浦の新名所だぞ。
I didn't feel at all like I'd come back to my hometown. On the contrary, I felt like I was lost in some foreign country. What happened to everyone from the shopping arcade?
希望した人はこの中に店を構えてる。よそに行った人たちもいたけど、みんな元気にやってるよ。
Ageha said that she had moved.
アゲハンチなら。
Oh, look who it is.
Oh, Tatsuya!
お、いたいた。
Ageha appeared with uncanny timing.
Hey, what are you two doing having all the fun to yourselves? You should have called me!
だってお前、店の手伝いがあるんだろ?
I just finished.
Ageha replied, standing in front of Himeji Sports. That's what it said on the sign. Oh yeah, you said you moved house, but you also said that the shop was now in Wendy's, right? Himeji Sports. This was a sporting goods store managed by Ageha's father. I'm probably butchering her last name so badly.
Himeji.
Yeah. From what I could remember, it used to be a small town sporting goods store, but now it was a more trendy sports store aimed at young people. They must have changed things up after seeing the kind of clientele they'd be getting in the new shopping mall.
It's all so awesome now, huh?
I didn't know that your dad had an eye for what young people like. I answered while slightly dazed.
Oh, that's right. Hey, Hotaru.
When Ageha called out, a girl even more petite than her came out of the store.
何あーちゃん
Tatsuya and Aoi are here.
Hotaru opened her eyes wide for a moment and then looked up at me. Her expression seemed to say, "Is that big guy standing here really Aoi?" It was time to prove it was really me. By teasing the fuck out of her. Long time no see, Hotaru. I rubbed Hotaru's head in the same way that Tatsuya did to me.
お兄やめて
Hotaru wriggled her head around, seemingly at her wit's end as I rubbed it. She was Ageha's younger sister. She was only 1 year younger, so we used to play together a lot as kids. Her personality was the complete opposite of her sister, shy and quiet. You've gotten bigger too. Rub.
青に目が回るよ
Hey, stop bullying my sister.
Totally not, right, Hotaru?
ほっぺとならないで
I let go, and Hotaru continued moving her head around and around.
Jeez, that's the first time you've seen her in 5 years. It's all a bit too sudden. Hotaru, are you okay?
平気ちょっと目が回っただけ本当に青兄だ
Oh my gosh, she calls him Aoni. Hotaru, I'm back. Want me to rub your head again? I started to move my hand toward her like I was going to do it again. Hotaru jumped back and hid behind Ageha.
Don't be mean.
I got punched right in the ribs. I just wanted to play with Hotaru a little, that's all. For some reason, Ageha was very protective of Hotaru. Thought I'd come and see you sometime, Hotaru.
Oh yeah, we go to the same school, so I should have brought her to see you.
Hotaru goes there too? That was a surprise. I had the idea in my head that Hotaru would definitely go to a regular school.
Everyone was influenced by Tatsuya.
俺はやめとけって言ったんだがな。
Tatsuya had graduated from Keifu Academy. Ageha and the others all took the entrance exam like it was a matter of course, just because it was the school he went to. I had done the same. I knew it was a special school and kept it at the top of the list when I was choosing which school to transfer to. Yeah, I guess that was all thanks to Tatsuya too.
Anyway, what are you two doing? Could it be they run a date?
当たり。
I knew it!
Hey, Tatsuya!
似たようなもんだろ。葵に昼飯をおごってやろうと思ってな。お前らも来るか？
Yes!
行く
となると、あいつも呼んでやらないと後で拗ねるな。
Nah, not gonna work. If you meet Masa, he's busy today.
With his girlfriend! Sorry, I'm gonna do this periodically.
Mm. Fine.
なんだ、用事があるのか？
He's going on a proper date. He's both
Oh no. Talk again?
Hello, I'm Gracie.
Yeah,
Appar-
okay. Try it now.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yes. Okay, we're back. Can you read that again?
He's going on a proper date. He was boasting about it yesterday.
でも可愛いんだよマー君の彼女
なら邪魔するわけにはいかないな。俺たちだけで行くか。
Yay! Lunch with Tatsuya!
みんなでご飯するの久しぶりだね
どこ行く？どこでもいいぞ。
Tatsuya motioned for me to take the lead. You're asking me where we should go? But I still don't really know this place. There were so many shops and everywhere was unfamiliar to me.
Isn't it already decided when we get together there's only one place for us to go?
Hotaru nodded as Agaha spoke. It eventually came to me.
Kaioken!
Masa's dad doesn't hold back with these portions. Felt like the ramen I had was going to come back up. I just barely kept it down by rubbing my hand along my belly.
Well, you're the one who got carried away and ordered the deluxe bowl. I, on the other hand, made the right choice by going with the big one.
One, that's still pretty big. Two, I'm a growing boy.
それでも十分多いよあーちゃん
いつもより多かったぞ。葵のためにサービスしてくれたんだろう。
Even though Tatsuya already also ordered the deluxe bowl, he seemed unfazed.
お茶青兄に会えて嬉しそうだった
Yeah, and he even gave us a discount.
記録した
But I can't believe that Taioken is still around. Taioken was a Chinese restaurant on one side of the Kazami shopping arcade. It was also Masasugu's house. They used to serve regular set menus, but since moving, changed directions. It had become akin to new wave ramen restaurants in the city.
Business is booming. The place got featured in a magazine and the customers kept coming in, so Masa's dad is pretty happy.
おっちゃんの写真も載ったんだよすごくかっこよかった
He had a towel wrapped around his head, his arms crossed, a confident look on his face, and had struck a cool pose.
Masasugu was like his father. In other words, like his father, he got carried away easily and tended to show off. Whenever there were sports events or karaoke competitions in town, regardless of the result, he'd always be the center of attention. The flavors changed so much, and apart from seeing Masa's dad, it wasn't nostalgic at all. Before, it was plain old soy sauce ramen, but now it had become a pork and fish double soup variety.
ここと同じ。みんな変わっていくもんさ。
That's right, 5 years have passed after all.
Yeah, you're right. Well, now that he's said 5 years, I guess it really was a long time that had passed. Some things hadn't changed. Masasugu's dad was the same as always. The same goes for Ageha and Hotaru, and Tatsuya too. The things that I most wanted to stay the same were still here.
ちょっと待ってろ。飲み物買ってくるから。
Tatsuya made us wait at a bench while he went to buy some juice. Hotaru went after him. Ageha and I sat down on the bench.
Hey, Aoi.
What's up?
Have you decided which club you want to join?
I replied vaguely. There is one that I think will be okay.
Which one?
Well, it's still just a thought.
Come on, just tell me.
Still, I don't even know if it's a proper club or not.
Uh-huh.
You're in the robotics club, right?
Yes, it's the most popular in our high school.
You enter contests, right? Do they fight? Whenever I thought of robots, I'd imagine them firing missiles and flying through the air.
Well, yeah, I guess. Maybe what you're thinking of is a little different. They do obstacle courses, carry and stack things, and so on.
What the heck?
We battle in terms of robot technology. Every year a theme is chosen and we build them according to that theme.
Oh.
Are you interested?
I don't know. You say you build robots, but I still don't get it.
Well, I guess it's hard to understand. In the last few years, we've been eliminated in the first round every time, and people are never really surprised by that.
That was like my high school.
If you joined and straightened everyone out, I'd be really grateful.
Why don't you do it yourself?
Nah, it's not really my nature.
And you think it's in mine? Agaha liked to do things at her own pace.
The members were more enthusiastic in the past, it seems. They were once runner-ups in a national competition.
Wow, that's impressive.
Back then, the one who made the robots was... Oh, you saw it the other day, remember? Super repeat student Amani Mochizuki? Oh, hold on one second.
Okay.
Sorry, I just got dinner delivered to me by my sister.
Okay. Yeah. I remember her. Every time I see that face.
Pretty.
That's not why. I mean, that could be one reason. Agaha's face contorted into a confused expression.
Even though Amani was just a first-year student, the robot she made got her the runner-up spot in national competition. Apparently she pushed a wrong button once, so the reason she lost was due to a small mistake.
There were no what-ifs in a matchup like that. In matches like that. And unfortunately, a national championship win slipped through her fingers. She was in her first year?
Yep, she's on another level, that girl.
どうしたのあんちゃん。
Before we had realized, Tatsuya and Hotaru had come back and were standing a little further away while watching us.
サイダーとオレンジどっちにする？
I want soda.
I'll have orange juice. I took the can of juice and opened it.
Thanks!
Tatsuya watched us quietly while we drank. What is it?
いや、なんか昔に戻ったみたいだなって。お前たち二人が揃ってるとさ。
Ageha and I looked at each other while drinking our juice. Then, embarrassed, we both laughed.
There's one person missing, though. How typical of Masa to not be here at a time like this.
Yeah, he's always been like that. Yes!
Even when we all got caught playing tricks, he'd always run away by himself.
でもあの後謝りながら泣いてたし。
He's really a handful.
Ageha sighed as she said that, and Hotaru and I laughed.
そんな麻婆にも今や彼女ができた。お前たちも頑張らないとな。
In response to Tatsuya's teasing, the rest of us blushed.
I'm fine. I don't know about OA, though.
そうなの？
I just got back here, you know?
Hold on one more second. Sorry. Be careful with it. It might Sorry, you get my
I don't know what I'm doing anymore. You know what? I might as well, while I'm waiting, might as well proper save here.
Sorry, my cat was getting too close to my food.
Right.
Okay.
But you're the house mother of a girls' dorm. It's full of cute girls, and you're getting along well with them already.
Shit! Hey, don't say it like that!
ああ、あの子か。確かに可愛い子だったな。
Not you too, Tatsuya! The triangle mouth makes its return. Hotaru looked at me with suspicion. Hotaru, it's not really like that. I'm just working as a house mother.
青兄ならかっこいいからすぐ彼女できちゃうよ。
That is like one of the nicest thing a girl can say. I said it's not like that. Oh, jeez, I'm thirsty! Ah. Ageha grinned as she looked at me, while Hotaru seemed worried.
それじゃ俺はそろそろ行くよ。
What? You're going back already?
悪いな。夕方から急ぎの仕事があるんだ。
Thanks for inviting me out today.
いいって。俺も楽しかったから。おっと、そうだ。忘れるところだった。
Tatsuya came back over and took out some small parts from his pocket.
ほら、頼まれてたやつ。
He handed me the parts that Amane had requested.
そんなものを何に使うんだ？
They're parts for a glider.
グライダー？
It's a kind of measuring instrument. One of the older kids at school asked me to get it.
Ah!
Ageha suddenly exclaimed.
You mean Amani, don't you? If you're talking about gliders, it can only be her.
Yes, that's right.
What's going on? Did you meet up with her at some point?
Kind of. I tried dodging the question, as it would take a while to explain. And that explanation would contain information I didn't exactly want to divulge.
ねえ、あーちゃん、その人、あの？
Yes, that beautiful girl.
Once again, I received a dubious stare from the Himeji sisters.
It's okay, Hotaru. Anytime that Oe has been away from this town, he's become quite the pervert.
そうなの？
That's right. It's such a shame.
Hey, don't fill her head with nonsense!
お前ら見てるとほんと和むよ。
Don't just stand there laughing, back me up, man!
何？悪いことじゃないさ。何かに打ち込んだり、誰かを好きになったり。
Tatsuya gave me a squeeze as he put his arm around my shoulder.
早く新しいこと見つかるといいな、葵。
He whispered into my ear, then let go of me.
じゃあな。公共の場であんまり騒ぐなよ。
With that, Tatsuya waved goodbye and headed home. They somehow...
I love these transitions.
Yeah.
They're so pretty.
After he was gone, we went to Himeji Sports to say hello to Ageha's father. They gave me tea and cake, and I stayed for a while. Soon enough, it became evening. As I walked along the street heading back to the dorm, I still felt like I didn't want to go back just yet. Maybe I should go for a little stroll. It's changed a lot around here, too. There used to be an embankment near where I stood. We used to play here a lot, catching koi and crucian carp, if I'm pronouncing that right.
Yep, Crucian.
Yeah. But now it has a promenade and has been made into a walking course. Well, this was just right for taking a stroll. I walked slowly while gazing at the lake that was dyed by the setting sun. My hometown had changed a lot in 5 years, but the important things hadn't changed at all. I hoped you find something new. Find something new, huh? As I mumbled quietly to myself, I looked at the view over on the other side of the bank. The blades of the turbines positioned on the gentle slope turned slowly. Oh well. Man, that ramen was really tasty. Next time, I'll try the dipping noodles. You mean the tsukemen?
Mmm. Dipping noodles.
Hmm? I spotted someone standing a little further away. It looked like girl! These typos are killing me. She ran her hand along the fence, and like me, was gazing at Windmill Hill on the other side of the bank. Someone was there? I'd been talking to myself since I thought no one else was around, but it seemed like she actually heard me. Huh? You're that...
Hmm?
Something about her was a little different. She was definitely the girl from the supermarket yesterday. The girl who bought all that super expensive meat just to make curry. Did your curry come out nice?
How do you know about that?
Don't you remember? Yesterday in the supermarket.
Mm. Oh, that might not have been me.
Huh? What was she talking about?
That was my older sister. Guess she got chattered up while aimlessly wandering around.
Of course, the trope of the younger sister somehow being the more serious one.
Hmm.
Older sister?
It was sukiyaki and sushi.
Huh?
That was yesterday's dinner.
Oh, I see. She was talking about what had been purchased at the supermarket. That would make more sense. There's no way anyone would make regular curry with ingredients like that. Yeah, sukiyaki, definitely. It seems she only started to see sense right at the last minute.
Well then, I'd best be off now.
Oh, alright. The way she quickly turned to leave made me feel like I was inconveniencing her by talking. It was a completely different feeling compared to when I met that girl at the supermarket. I thought it was strange to see such a complete transformation in a girl whose name I didn't even know. Anyhow, I headed home. It wasn't far from the lake to the dormitory. I didn't have any time to think that much before I got back. Something new. I had the parts that Tatsuya gave me in my pocket. As I felt the parts with my hand, I looked up at the cloud, slowly floating across the sunset sky. Huh. They'll be up there one day. I meant the glider parts. They would become part of that white aircraft and would fly across the sky on those great big wings to the other side of the clouds. The reason why I decided to look up at the clouds impulsively like that might have been because of that girl I had just met. Forgetting about my silly fantasy, I got through the gates of the dorm.
Hattie, not yet. You can't move yet.
What is she up to? Kotori was in her wheelchair, slouched over, slowly creeping forward. It was almost as though she was walking on tiptoes. What are you up to this time? I was quite used to her doing strange things, but I still hadn't acquired the ability to quickly determine what it was she was doing. Shit. She gave me a long stare. A cat? There it was, laying across the stone steps, licking and grooming itself. Hattie had been waiting on the other side. Are you trying a pincer attack? Didn't really look like that, though. However, if they did, they might be able to.
Now, Hattie!
Kotori suddenly shouted a command. Hattie began flapping his wings and chasing the cat from behind. Surprised, the cat jumped up and ran in the opposite direction. It was where Kotori was positioned to catch it.
Yeah!
There was no way it'd work. The cat, with brilliant footwork, just like that of a soccer player, spun around while evading Kotori and escaped.
Aw, it ran away.
You really were trying a pincer attack.
What's that? You got something to say?
Kotori then realized I saw the whole thing and she sulked quietly. What were you going to do once you caught the cat?
Isn't it obvious? I was going to pet it.
She said that like it was a matter-of-fact thing. Catching a scared cat like that would have probably only resulted in scratches and cuts. Next time, come with a better strategy. For example, you could try luring it towards you with a long piece of grass.
I'll think about it.
She said as she earnestly wrote a memo. It looked like she always had a notebook tucked away in her wheelchair.
More importantly,
God, what'd I do now? She was pointing at me. That was a sure sign that she had a bone to pick with me.
you're late. Where have you been? Loitering around, I bet.
I went for a walk, that's why I'm late. Her tone was like a mother scolding her child. Was there something I'd promised to do?
The preparations for dinner. You're the one who asked me to help.
It's still only 5 o'clock, though.
But whatever. You didn't even tell me when we would start.
Sorry, if I start at about 6, I usually get it done in time.
Really? Well, we'll do that from tomorrow.
She took down another note. So you were waiting for me? She must have gotten bored, which is why she decided to try and catch the cat from before.
Yes, I was. But it wasn't actually about you. I was waiting to fulfill my duties. Don't get any funny ideas.
I don't know what sort of funny ideas you mean. Care to give me a few examples? I couldn't help but to tease her.
You can figure that out for yourself. Anyway, let's go. I'm starving, you know. What about you, Hattie?
記録した
That's just... When you hear that, it means I just quick saved.
No, I know. I just think it's such a cute little noise.
By the way, that's Hotaru's voice.
Wataru? Oh, okay. Yeah, that like when she was speaking, I'm like, oh, that kind of sounds like it.
Yeah.
Also, it's paused for me.
Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it.
See, Hattie says he's hungry too.
Okay, well, it's a little early, but we can get started.
Say, what are we having today?
Mapo eggplants and egg soup.
Will it be good?
Yeah, it'll be really good. It's my specialty.
You hear that?
わあ
I don't know. Whoever voiced Hattie is a genius.
Mm-hmm.
As we got into the dorm, I realized that my feelings of uneasiness had vanished at some point. She tried to do a pincer attack with a duck to catch a cat. I chuckled as I recalled the whole ordeal. I also realized that when we were together, I felt calm for some reason.
That's because you like her!
Of how this is before, like, we haven't even gotten any options yet.
I'm just saying. He's like, I like her. I like her.
Oh, by the way,
I like her.
guess
and
what?
I like her.
We are still in the prologue.
How the fridge?
When we are not in the prologue, you will see the intro for the game.
Oh.
Amane was looking over the parts I had brought her from every angle and let out sounds that expressed admiration. Is this okay?
Yes, there's no doubt about it.
Whoa!
Thank you.
She hugged me suddenly.
Huh? Again? Whoa, what's going on? Thank you, thank you!
Amane pushed her forehead up against mine and rubbed it around and around. Ouch! Hey, that hurts, Amane!
I'm not good at expressing my thanks, I just don't know how.
I remember this line was changed. This was another one of her, that's because I'm stupid lines. I guess they took that part out in this version. Rub. It hurts, but it feels good. Move along, pervert. As she held... Oh my god. This game's rated E. What? As she held me tight with our foreheads pressed together, I could feel her ample chest pushed up against mine. On top of being beautiful, she had a nice body, and I was forced to experience her chest as she pushed up against me.
How disgusting. Look at his face. He's having dirty thoughts.
So are you! You're just making up and imagining whatever you feel like. It was lunchtime at this point. All I did was bring the parts that Tatsu gave me to the garage, but the reaction was much warmer than I expected. Kotori, who I came here with, and also Ageha, who came along for some reason. Oh, fuck. Accidentally pressed X. Okay. Who came along for some reason, were both staring at me in a judgmental manner.
Thank you.
I tore myself away from Amane as if she were a big, playful dog, and once again passed the parts to her. Please, go ahead and use them!
Thank you. But how on earth did you get these?
A friend of mine works in a factory that deals with the manufacture and processing of special parts. He's usually able to help me out with this sort of stuff. It seemed that for this, Tatsuya looked at the engineering diagram and made something that was the same.
Let's put them on now.
Amane took the parts over to the glider. Ugh, that was a surprise.
Money's pretty bold, isn't she? She hugged him the other day too, and he was loving it, that sleaze. I guess that OA is just a typical guy, right?
Don't say things like that about me.
Anyway, why did you come with us? Me? I wanted to talk to Amane. Also, I thought it would be interesting.
Kotori seemed a little snappy since we arrived at the garage. She might be annoyed because someone else found out about our secret place.
Called it our secret place.
Amane, like a kid who had been bought a birthday present, had immediately started work on installing the parts. Excuse me. It looked like the parts were for the instruments in the cockpit. She diligently dismantled the mechanical parts.
So this is a glider?
Ageha stood beside Amane and watched her work.
This doesn't have an engine, does it? How does it fly? It rides the wind. But first it has to take off, right? Yes, there are several methods for doing that, but in this case, a winch is usually a winch is used to fly it like a kite. Huh? Something this big? Yeah.
Ageha stared at the aircraft in disbelief. Kotori and I, as if appreciating a work of art, untiringly looked at the sleek aircraft. Amane seemed to have completely forgotten that we were even there, and was immersed in installing the parts. It was like the first time I came here and met Amane.
We'll fly again. We will fly to the sky that Izuka spoke of.
Huh? Oh shit, that was Kotori speaking. Whoops.
Huh?
What's up?
Nothing. Excuse me.
A female student who looked like a senior came into the garage. Look at that name!
Is Amane here?
Look at that name!
Girl who seems like a senior.
Ageha saw the bewildered look on my face and explained to me who she was.
That's the vice president of the student council, Akari Kumoi.
Vice president of the student council? What on earth did she want? If you're looking for Amane... At that moment, she had her head in the cockpit. The vice president saw her and briskly approached the cockpit and peered inside.
Amane. Amane!
Hmm?
Mm-hmm.
She called out loudly enough for Amane to finally pull her head out of the cockpit.
Hi, Vice President!
From the way Amane spoke, she seemed totally relaxed. Akari, on the other hand, was the opposite. Without losing her resolute attitude, she asked her question.
What have you done about the matter in question? The truth is, I still haven't done it. What about these people? Oh, they came to deliver some parts.
Amane was downhearted as she answered, and the vice president let out a little sigh.
I've told you before, if you can't find any more members for the club, then the club will have to have its status repealed. Huh?
Why's that? Astonished, we looked on as bystanders as the conversation continued.
But Vice President! The teachers recognize that this is a special case, but it's a bad example for the other groups with few members. If this isn't properly organized as a club, then it will inevitably have its status repealed. Aww.
Amane looked down as though she was at a complete loss. For some reason, I felt a strange pain in my chest as I looked at her.
It's fine, isn't it?
Kotori suddenly jumped into the conversation.
Huh? You must be Kotori Habane.
While slightly surprised that she knew who she was, Kotori continued to speak.
The teachers said it was okay, didn't they? In that case, you shouldn't be complaining. And also, Amane is a special case herself, isn't she? This is the reason why she repeats the year. Everyone knows that's why she's in the school.
I thought I saw veins appear on the Vice President's temples as the two of them ranted at her.
For the teachers to interfere in matters pertaining to club activities is a clear infringement on the student council. This is exactly the case in this situation.
She thrust forward, approaching but one step, while Kotori and Ageha took a step back.
There are many groups that don't fit the requirements to be a club and therefore have no club budget or are given a clubhouse. Yesterday, the Taiko Drum Study Society applied for a place to practice but had to be rejected. When that happened, do you know what they said? How would we know that? The Soaring Club only has one member, yet it has a big garage to use, so why isn't there a single place we can practice? Do you not think that their criticism is fair? It is. So, can you see that it's difficult for them to accept that their application was rejected when you only have one member? However, this garage has been used by the Soaring Club since before we were ever born, and that fact cannot be ignored. That's maybe why the teachers recognize this as a special case, or perhaps there is some other reason. We in the Student Council respect that fact. It is not our intention to have Amane removed for the sake of a play group that won't partake in proper club activities. That is why...
The Vice President turned from facing Kotori and Ageha and looked back around at Amane, who was nervously listening behind her.
It's up to you to take immediate action as we have requested. Well, I performed a test flight a few days ago. If you need proof of the club's activities... Didn't that take place during lesson time? That's outrageous! On the contrary, you should consider that another step closer to the club being abolished. Ah!
Amane staggered back as if she had been hit hard. I guess that's true though, isn't it? On Windmill Hill, when Kotori and I watched the glider flying across the sky, lessons were taking place in the school.
Do you understand? A minimum of 4 members is required in order to be recognized as a club. You must find 3 more members.
Amane looked down with a very grave expression.
But I'm doing this for myself. In that case, it cannot be recognized as a club.
I'll join.
Huh?
They all stared at me as I raised my hand.
You're the boy who transferred here recently, right? You must be Oi Minase.
The Vice President looked at me as if she was evaluating me.
I'll tell you this now. We will not allow ghost members.
I know. This is the reason why I came here today. I decided this morning, well, yesterday actually. I still didn't know much about gliders, though. I just thought it would be interesting. I felt excited as I imagined flying one, riding on the wind. If Amane will allow me to, that is.
Yeah, if you say you want to join, I don't mind. But I'm only doing this for myself, you know.
I still don't know much about gliders, or about you either, Amane. But if that's what you want to do, then I'd like to help you. As I stated my reasons, the vice president looked as though she still wasn't convinced. It looked like some transfer student who didn't even understand the situation had come barging in trying to act like a hero. I couldn't deny that there wasn't some element of that to it.
Well then, I'll join too!
Ageha raised her hand in a really casual manner.
Huh?
Even with everyone looking at her, Ageha appeared aloof.
Is it okay if I'm also a member of the robotics club? Yeah, that's fine, but...
What are you doing, Ageha?
What? It looks like fun!
One person left. Everyone naturally looked over towards Kotori.
But what?
Kotori turned her wheelchair sideways to avoid everyone's line of sight.
I'm not joining.
The vice president made a face that seemed relieved yet disappointed.
You still need one more person. There's no way it can be recognized as a club as things stand now.
If it's decided that it can't be allowed, what will happen?
First, you will have to vacate this garage.
Maya looked really distressed. Well, of course she did. If there was nowhere to keep this giant glider, then the club's activities could not continue. There's myself and Ageha, so we will get one more person. Could you wait until then?
Very well. I will wait until Friday. If you can't get the club organized by then, it will lose its club status and you will no longer be allowed to use this garage. Understood?
Amane nodded in agreement with a total lack of confidence, and the vice president left the garage.
Wait, you're not in any clubs, are you? Can we just give your name, just until we find someone else? I refuse.
Tori bluntly refused and left the garage.
So much for that idea.
We have to do something about it ourselves.
Say, you guys?
We're sorry that we caused things to turn out like this.
No, you helped me out. If it weren't for you, the club would have had its status taken away. But is it really alright with you?
That's what I plan to do from now on.
Me too! I'm interested in this in so many ways.
Leave gathering members to us.
Amane, as for the club's activities, please put something together that will make the vice president understand. Sure. I'll get right on with that.
Is this alright with you?
What is?
Today is the first time you've been in the garage, right? And now all of a sudden you've become a member?
But it sure does look like fun. You're here too, Aoi.
What am I gonna do with you?
That thing flies, right? You can't possibly tell me not to be excited.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Without thinking, I raised my voice. I was happy that Ageha felt the same way. Well, in my case, I'm more interested in making it fly. Fuck! I knew that would happen at some point. Knew it.
It's all good. Well, in my case, I'm more interested in making it fly than getting in and flying it myself.
Look, they both have names that start with A.
Yeah.
I want to try to fly it. And also, she stayed in school all this time, repeating this year over and over. To do this, you know?
So they say. Mane doesn't go to lessons and always just stays in the garage.
I don't know if that's the truth or not. But what I do know is that she's taking this very seriously. I couldn't let it all end for some stupid reason like there not being enough members.
Sorry, I was finishing. First, we have to find more members for the club.
Let's try asking him.
Glider? 何それちょっと面白そうじゃん
Doesn't it? So, do you want to join the club?
で でも俺バイトあるし、それにお前と仲良くしてるとエリちゃんが焼きもっち焼くからパス。
Figure something out. It's fine. She'll never know.
それがバレるんだよ。エリちゃんうちの学校に友達いるから。だからあんま話しかけてくんなよ。
You've been like this ever since you got a girlfriend. We're childhood friends, aren't we? What happened to our friendship?
バンドも忙しいし無理無理。今度ライブやるんだ。だから今練習中。
You're so cold-hearted.
あいつに頼めばいいだろ、葵によ。
I can't ask him. He's already a member.
何、お前らまたつるむの？
What? Is there something wrong with that? We want you to come with us too, you know.
誰があんなやつ？ペペ。
You gross. Oh, that's you again.
You gross. Don't spit. Dang it, Masa. You're such a pain in the butt.
おいアゲハ。
What?
まあなんだ。今度はうまくやれよ。
Huh? What are you talking about?
ああもうさっさと行けよほら。しし。
You idiot, Masa. It was no use.
So, was it my fault after all?
No, he's busy with his girlfriend, his part-time job, and his band. He's really making the most of being a teenager. In the past, we used to hang out all the time.
What are you talking about? If Masa treated us like we were more important than his girlfriend, what do you think would happen?
I'm gonna give him the Cobra twist until he cries.
So there's nothing we can do about it? Next
Next
is...
is-
Oh,
Oh,
that's
sorry.
right. Hotaru comes here, doesn't she? We went into the first year classroom. The younger students seemed strangely tense as we entered the classroom.
どうしたの？あーちゃん、青に。
Oh.
何かな？
Well, this is the first time I've seen you in your uniform. It suits you. When I met her yesterday, she was wearing her own clothes. You kind of look more grown up. I only said it to tease her, but she went red and got really flustered.
やだな、青に。私、大人っぽくなんか。
No, wait, don't tease the other students.
I'm kind of teasing her, but I actually mean what I say.
That's even worse.
あーちゃんの方が可愛いよ。
Hotaru, don't make me do this.
Huh? Me?
ほら、
Don't-
青に。制服だって私より似合ってる
Don't make me choose.
Oh, hardly. Masa said that I'm a boy on the inside.
でも、見た目は可愛くなったでしょ？
When Hotaru looked at me with those innocent, sparkling eyes, I couldn't lie. Well, yeah, I do think she's gotten cuter.
Oi!
Ah! I took an elbow to the ribs. Ouch.
That's why you don't compliment a tomboy.
That is adorable. That frickin' sprite.
Thanks. I think that you've gotten a lot cooler too, Oi.
Ugh. She said the same thing for the second time. This time in the first year classroom. So of course I feel embarrassed. The reason why I was looking down was because my ribs hurt, though.
Anyway, that's not what we came here to talk about.
Ageha, continuing with the momentum from before, talked to Hotaru about how we were looking for members of the soaring clubs.
青兄とあーちゃんが同じ部活に入るの？
Yes, we are. That's why I wondered if you might like to join too.
うん。
Hotaru glanced at me. Hmm?
私、いい。
Oh, come on. Why not?
家のお手伝いあるの。
Yes, but you only need to help out on Sundays.
でも、あるから。
seemed kind of hesitant, yet firm in her reply. Maybe there was a reason for it. Okay, we get it, Wataru. But if you're interested, come anytime. It's me. It's totally me.
It's finished.
Kotori brought over the cucumber that she had crushed into about the right size using a wooden pestle.
Is it really okay to do it like this?
Yeah, that way it absorbs the flavor a lot better. We're going to marinate the cucumber. It absorbs a lot of... It absorbs flavor a lot more easily when crushed than when chopped with a knife.
Is there anything else left to do?
I think that's it.
Right, I'm off.
Hey!
What?
Still can't find anyone who wants to join the club. We tried all the people we could think of.
I see.
You seem far more interested than we are, I feel. The time on Windmill Hill, when we first saw the glider flying. The time she wandered into the garage and saw the real thing up close. The time we made the paper airplanes and flew them together. Her eyes were always shining, like a child's. I couldn't forget that expression on Kotori's face. She usually looked bored or sulky, but maybe that's what her true expression really was like.
If I joined the club, I'd just cause problems.
What do you mean? No, you wouldn't. To be perfectly honest, it would be great if she would just join the club, I thought.
But I'll soon be...
She stopped mid-sentence and moved her wheelchair along. Hey, can I ask you a question?
No.
Why do you want to drop out?
I said, don't ask me! Huh?
Kotori looked as though she'd realized something.
It was you after all! You picked up my withdrawal notice!
Withdrawal notice? What's that? Does it taste good? Can we have it with tonight's dinner? I played dumb.
You idiot, you moron, you big meanie! I hope you get stuck in a ditch and die!
With a barrage of parting shots, Kotori hurried away. You fucked up. Do you want to keep going, or do you want to stop? I'm fine with either.
Yeah, I'm fine with either. How about to the next?
Yeah, let's do one more.
wings?
Let's do one more.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't seem to find anyone. It had been 2 days since I joined the Soaring Club. Since then, whenever we had any spare time, Ageha and I had been trying really hard to find members. Everyone seemed interested, and yet not quite enough to join the club.
Just as I thought, everyone's scared of Amane.
She's not that scary, is she?
It's not that, she's just too incredible. And wait, you've only just transferred here, so maybe you don't really know how it is. That girl is like a living legend in our school.
I could tell firsthand that her weirdness was legendary.
Also, there are rumors that she's antisocial.
She didn't have any friends, hardly ever showed up for classes, and was locked away in the garage basically the whole time. Even when she did come out, she was always alone and didn't have any contact with anyone. If you looked at it like that, she certainly seemed quite antisocial.
The club is led by Amane, right? It looks like people are worried that they won't be able to keep up with her. Then, there's one other reason.
Oh, that rumor? There was something I learned while looking for new members. It was something said only in whispers, like some urban legend.
If you get involved with the Soaring Club, you attract the attention of Mr. Tobioka.
Who is the biggest dickhead in this game. I can tell you that right now.
Oh, that's not good.
Is that true?
Who knows, really, but it could happen.
Mr. Kujira Tobioka. His first name means whale, but he was not as big in size as you might imagine. But apparently his attitude was larger than life. I'd seen him before. He was the teacher acting as a moral advisor. What? I don't know, just... If he's acting as a moral advisor, he could be driving people to suicide. That's all I'm gonna say.
Wait, what? I'm confused.
We don't want someone who's as big of a dick as him acting as a moral advisor.
What's a moral advisor? What's a moral advisor?
Oh, I misread it. Whoops. Forget everything I just said.
It says moral advisor. What is that?
I don't fucking know, actually.
Oh, okay.
I misread moral as something else. Anyway, and he was the nagging, annoying type. There were a lot of teachers like that at my old school, but it was rare here.
Mr. Tobioka is the robotics club advisor.
In other words, the advisor of Ageha's club.
In the past, Amane achieved amazing things with the robotics club. Like I told you before, right?
She was one step away from the national championship, you mean? Ageha nodded.
And she also pressed the wrong button on the controller and lost?
Now that I knew Amane a little better, I could imagine her making a simple mistake like that.
There's more to that story. Mr. Tobioka was the robotics club advisor back then too. When that happened, he was so full of regret.
Yeah, most people would be. I would have felt the same way if I had been in that situation.
I'll get it next time, he said. He wanted to show his determination, but... Not long after, Amane all of a sudden quit the robotics club.
Why?
Well, I don't know. One explanation is that when Amane lost the national championship, she didn't seem that annoyed about it. Since then, the Keifu Robotics Club has been living on the glory of that occasion and has failed to achieve any decent results.
So you mean Mr. Tobioka blamed Amane for it? Ageha made a serious face and nodded. That's ridiculous! Now do you understand?
Yeah.
But I can't really say that. Also, not only is he a jerk like that, you learn later in the game just how much power he has.
That's not good.
My last school was good when it came to sports. There was a sports scholarship program, and it was important for the school to get results in tournaments. The advisors and directors of each club were evaluated according to tournament results, and these could sometimes have an effect on their careers. The robotics club was the most popular club in this school, and its performance was directly linked to the promotion of the school. Even if Mr. Tobioka blamed Amane, I couldn't exactly say that was strange.
Sorry.
Are you okay with this?
What do you mean?
Well, Tobioka is your advisor, isn't he? Are you alright with him keeping an eye on you?
He might bug me by making snide comments, but if I use earplugs, I'll be fine.
Press X to doubt. That's not the problem, though, is it? Ageha looked a little confused.
I know what you're trying to say, Uoi, but there's something more important at stake, so there's not much I can do about it.
What do you mean more important?
Well...
Oh, shit.
Oh, it's you two. Oiba Nase and Ageha Himegi, was it?
Hi.
Hello, Vice President. You must be in the middle of gathering new members. It doesn't look like things are going too well.
As we smiled bitterly, we could see her making assumptions.
Yes, but it all comes down to us finding one more member. Just letting you know again that ghost members will absolutely not be accepted.
She stated frankly.
Why is that?
There must be other clubs that have ghost members, right? Why is it only us? The Vice President glared at us as we made our childish protests in vain.
The other small-scale culture-based clubs are besides the point. The scale of the Soaring Club's facilities are just too big. No other club occupies a garage like that. robotics club uses a great big garage too, doesn't it? That has approximately 60 members. They've achieved results in national competitions. But the one who achieved those results was Amane.
The vice president ignored Ageha's grumbling and continued to speak.
If the Soaring Club were to vacate the garage, the band club or the Taiko Drum Study Society could modify it into a practice studio. Also, the RC Club, the Photography Club, and the Film Studies groups want to use it. If a partition were to be added, then it could be reused as a clubhouse for multiple clubs. If you think about it like that, then there is no way that a club made by gathering ghost members will be accepted. That's fair enough.
We became embarrassed about expressing our childish opinions, and Ageha and I felt small as we looked downward.
However,
She let out a little she sighed.
if Amane were to ask, there should be some people who would join her.
In other words, you're not making any unreasonable demands.
Of course not. It's not my intention to get rid of the Soaring Club. It sets a bad example to the other clubs, and I just want to straighten out the situation.
But Amane isn't trying to recruit any members herself.
It is really frustrating. Looks like there's no other way but for me to play the bad guy and give Amane a big kick in the butt.
Shut up, Discord. I'm just restarting.
I'm not saying you have to go that far. You understand? They must be proper club members. Because ghost members will definitely not be accepted.
Oh, hey, Noah. Noah's in the chat.
Oh.
The vice president reminded us again as she walked away.
Very strict but a good person, isn't she?
Yeah, she doesn't seem very flexible, though. She seemed familiar with the students' names and profiles, and it looked like we wouldn't be able to get away with just saying some people signed up. But it's strange, isn't it?
What do you mean?
That even though Amane suddenly left the robotics club, she's been continuing with the Soaring Club for years, until she became the super repeat student.
Yeah, you've got a point there.
Even so, she isn't trying to get any new members.
I guess she's really antisocial after all.
The more I knew about the situation, the less I understood it. After school, Ageha and I headed to the Soaring Club's garage. Can I speak? After all, we were already members.
Hey, I'm sorry, guys.
As she looked at us, Amane bowed her head in apology. Cut it out, Amane!
Yeah, seeing you like this somehow makes me feel like I'm taking years off my life.
Maybe, Noah. Maybe. Don't know how I'll be feeling.
Things don't work out, I plan to leave here without fuss. I'm still looking for a place I can transfer to.
Does that mean you're giving up on the club? Amane nodded apologetically. Amane, why don't you look for new members yourself?
I'm only doing this for myself, so I don't have any reason to involve other people.
Is that what she really thought? Is that because you don't want to let anyone near this place? If so, then we...
No, that's not it! People are always welcome to come and take a look.
But how about becoming members?
Oh, I don't know. If they don't, then I know I won't be able to stay here. That would be a big problem. But as for what I should do, I still haven't been shown the answer.
Amane really looked distressed and became despondent. I felt that if we asked any more questions, all we'd be doing was cornering her even more. Anyway, once you've built the glider, what do you plan to do next?
Enter a competition?
We could use the club's objective as material for our recruitment drive. We found, after a brief check, that there was competitions for gliders, too.
Competitions? No, I'm not planning to enter anything like that.
So what are you going to do?
There's a place I want to go to.
Amane smiled like she was about to start reminiscing about old times. A place you want to go to?
That's what Izuka said. Once the glider is complete, we can go there.
Isuka. She had said that name before. It will fly to the sky that Isuka spoke of. Looking as if memories had come flooding back, she looked at the photo frame on the desk. The photo frame without a photo. She looked like she had gone into her own little world, and it didn't seem that we could ask her any more questions.
Well then, we'll be off.
To search for people who might join the club. Whatever answer Amane gave, avoiding having the club's status repealed was the top priority. I like how you and I are both currently doing LPs of visual novel where a school club is looking for new members, and neither of us are doing the one everything thinks of. What is that? Can't think of one.
Huh?
Uh,
I'm confused.
talking to Noah.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. No, instead of that, please try to do something that can demonstrate the club's activities.
Oh, Doki Doki. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
It was just past 9 o'clock p.m. In the kitchen, I was washing the dishes for 5 people. In the dormitory, there were 6 people, including myself, but Kotori didn't show up for dinner, or to help prepare beforehand, and was shut away in her room. Just in case, I put her dinner in the fridge. If she got hungry, she could eat it whenever she wanted. Maybe she's feeling down. Why did she want to drop out of school? Was it because of what Ageha said? That it was because of the argument she had with the girls in the class? Was it because the lessons were boring? Or was there something I didn't know about? That was possible. It could have even been something that not even she understood. I, of all people, can't really say anything about other people. Okay. I didn't think that anyone would understand the real reason why I came back to this town. To be honest, I still hadn't really solved things for myself yet.
Come on, we want to know your backstory!
Well, we know he got injured in a bike race.
Yeah.
Yeah. I began to
But
feel
that's about it.
Yeah, I began to feel kind of down, but then I noticed the sound of footsteps stomping down the hallway. Oh, it's Kanako.
Oi!
Kanako? Oh, why is she lightly dressed?
Oh, I do something!
What is it? Could it be that you were attacked by a pervert? Well, I had my back to her. I couldn't stop... Well, I couldn't stop my eyes from looking around in her direction.
No, that's not that. It's Kotori.
Huh? Someone had taken Kotori's clothes off? No, that couldn't be it.
Oh my gosh, get your mind out the gutter, Aoi!
She said she's having a bath by herself and she won't listen to us.
Oh, well, why don't you let her take a bath?
No way! She said she's going to get into the bathtub.
In the bathtub. There was a wheelchair in the dressing room outside our bathroom. It was a wheelchair that Kotori used when in the bathroom. She always used that when she took a shower. I've never seen her do that, of course. She couldn't get into the bathtub while still in the wheelchair. For her to get in the bathtub, she needed someone to help her.
Her older sister isn't here, is she? She said she couldn't wait any longer.
According to what I'd heard, Kotori had an older sister. She only got into the bathtub when she came here. Anyway, her sister hadn't come around here recently. At least, not since I'd become the dorm mother.
No, leave me alone. I take a shower every day, so I felt like taking a bath. That's why I'm saying I'll help you. No way, that's sexual harassment. Get lost. That's why I need you to do it, house mother. Help her into the bath.
That's even more sexual harassment. Are you kidding me?
Exactly.
This game's rated E for everyone.
You know what? What could possibly work? Okay, what could possibly work? She puts on a swimsuit. You help her
Yeah.
into the bath. You shut the door. She takes off the swimsuit, bathes, puts the swimsuit back on, calls you back in. You help her back out.
Yeah. What? Kanako seemed to say, "I'm not coming with you," as she left me by myself. Hey, wait! After she left me behind, I turned to face Kotori. Alright, shall I help you get in? She was glaring at me with an angry look on her face. I can get... Shit!
I can get in the bath by myself.
Yeah, but... Hey, hold on! Kotori went into the dressing room and closed the door. As she'd done that, I couldn't exactly go barging in there all of a sudden. If you have any problems, call me right away. Call me right me away, okay? These typos are amazing.
I won't let you peek.
She replied angrily. There was nothing else I could do, so I waited outside. I sat down in front of the dressing room door, as if guarding it.
Again, if she put on a swimsuit, like
Yeah.
just a two-piece that you could easily take
Yeah.
off once you're in the bath, that would, help.
Yeah. This was besides the point, but being the only guy in a girl's dorm was inconvenient when it came to bathing. I had to go at a set time. If I inadvertently ran into any of them in here, I couldn't just get away with an apology. From the bathroom, I could faintly hear the sound of a shower. She must have been washing herself off before getting into the bath. I heard the sound of the water lightly splashing. I feel kind of nervous. The limited information I got from the sound actually stirred my imagination. I was strongly aware of the fact that Kotori was getting into the bath. What am I thinking? If she knew what I was imagining, she'd probably try to tear me limb from limb. And as I tried to clear the thought from my head... Huh? I stood up quickly and burst into the dressing room.
Blah, blah.
Are you okay? I jumped to the bathtub and lifted Kotori out, while she wriggled and struggled with her hands out of the bath. Hey, snap out of it! Kotori! She was still panicking and clung desperately as I rescued her. You're okay now. Kotori looked at me. It looked like she didn't know who, or even what, she was clinging to. What do you even mean, Noah? What do you mean Danganronpa characters as protagonists? Anyways, sorry. It's alright. Everything's fine now.
Yeah.
Kotori weakly nodded while still holding on to me tightly. Oh, of course, yes. I mean, this is this Aoi's a dude, but yes, I get your point. I continued to hold on to her to calm her down. Both of us suddenly realized what we'd failed to realize before. Kotori was just wearing a towel. I was holding her. I'm sorry! For a moment, we didn't say anything, but she couldn't exactly kick me out, so we just held on to each other. Kotori tried to hide her chest, but squeezed even closer to me. It's okay. I'm not looking. Katori went bright red and looked as if she was about to cry. I'll go now. I'm sorry. I was about to put Katori down on the floor. I thought that if I went to call for Kanako, that everything would be cleared up.
Don't go. Yeah, no, I would be terrified of possibly drowning by accident because I can't use my legs. So.
Please. Weakly yet desperately, she held on to me. But...
Did the text stop?
Maybe.
I thought my thing paused. I thought the stream had died. There we go. I'm embarrassed, but please.
Shit. Just talk. Just talk.
It's not my line.
No, just say anything. Literally anything.
Oh, hello. Hi.
Yes.
Sorry.
Sorry,
I thought you were like,
muffled
read your
again.
line, and I'm like, this is not,
Kotori's...
it's not my line.
Kotori's hands were shaking slightly. I remembered that time when we first met on Windmill Hill. Okay. I nodded, and it seemed like her shaking had subsided a little.
Thank you.
We stayed like that for a while, and Kanako poked her head into the bathroom to take a look. At least she has
Heard
clothes
a big
on.
noise. What happened?
Well, this and that. So this was the result of ignoring Kanako's advice. But if we were to say something like that in front of the tearful, shaking Katori, I would have felt really bad for her. It seemed that Kanako was implying the same thing. Could you get a bath towel?
Okie dokie.
Then, could you cover Katori up?
Okie dokie.
While Kanako put the towel around her, Katori quietly held on to me. It's the one bath scene in a visual novel that is purely just cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as I said, like,
This
you
is
know,
why
it's
I
supposed
love
to
this
do
game.
Yeah. But, like, you know, logically speaking, if you are dealing with someone who's handicapped, but you're a male and they're a female and they get embarrassed, again, a two-piece bathing suit
Yeah.
would do fine
Yeah.
for safety reasons and, you know, if you don't want
Yes.
them looking. But,
Yes.
yeah.
I mean, clearly the towel works.
Yes, it did, but then you have a really wet, soaked towel.
Yeah.
And that takes forever to dry.
Yeah. I mean, even before Aoi came in, she was wearing the towel in the tub, so...
Yeah.
After that, Kotori calmly got into the bath with Kanako. Kanako also made sure not to meddle unnecessarily, and was very considerate towards Kotori to help her calm down. While I was doing house mother work in the kitchen, Kotori had gotten out of the bath and came to see me. She looked pretty embarrassed.
Thanks for that.
Well, it was nothing. I stopped myself from saying something like, that's just another one of my house mother's jobs. I didn't help her out just because I was the house mother.
You must have been shocked that I can't get into the bath by myself.
I didn't know how to answer. Katori left me behind and went back to her room.
Hello? Sis? No, it's nothing. I'm not crying. It's about school. That thing we were talking about before. Yeah. Yeah. I've made up my mind.
And there we go.
Oh. Nice.
I want to keep going, but...
It's already 8 o'clock for me, and I still have to, like, calm down a bit. Or
Okay.
not calm down a bit, but, like, start to relax before going to sleep.
Yeah. Let me save.
Just really cool music. Like, the music in this game is really nice.
Yeah. Just everything
and
about
again,
this
the
game.
animation, or not the animation, the art style of
Yeah,
it.
everything
all.
about this game is fucking fantastic. I love it.
Mhm.
Including how wholesome it is.
Yes, very wholesome.
Anyways, that is gonna be it. Hopefully gonna be live tomorrow, though I might be so tired from it being my first day back on the job that I might not be able to.
Yeah, I
but-
don't work tomorrow. I don't work until Wednesday.
Okay,
so-
but if I stream tomorrow, it'll be Skyward Sword.
Yeah.
I'll probably just do alternating streams now.
Okay.
But yeah, that is gonna be it for tonight. Whew! So yeah, thank you so much for watching, those of you who did. I'm forgetting my outro, what the fuck. And I really appreciate it. I will see you all in the next one. Take care, continue testing, and best of luck in all of your future endeavors. Bye-bye.